welcome to 1 Petite Street. It's good to have you here today. We're going to look at a number of different things as we try and get organized and get going again after the holidays. And so before I get into that, I want to mention an organization that I'm part of, which is the Civil Air Patrol. It seems a lot of people don't know what the Civil Air Patrol is, and one of the reasons that I haven't been as productive in the video department is that I have been doing things with the Civil Air Patrol. We've just completed doing what's called a POD, P-O-D, which is a point of distribution, or points of distribution. It's in response to the COVID crisis. We are distributing food through one of the local food pantries, and hopefully that helps people through this time of the pandemic. I just wanted to mention that, and if you get a chance, look into your local Civil Air Patrol group. Maybe you want to become a member and help out that way. I'm in my 70s, and I'm active in it, so you can start at the age of 12 in the cadet program and learn about aerospace education and military bearing and that, and then when you turn, I believe it's 18, you can become a senior member, and you can learn all kinds of things like using radios. Some of the later teens have an opportunity to learn how to fly. I'm just putting in a plug for the Civil Air Patrol. Look into it. You can find it online, and so that's just an invitation. Today, I want to also invite you to like the program if you do, to subscribe, and if you do, then automatically what's going on will come up. Also today we're going to do a couple of different things. One, we're going to look at the project I have here in the garage, as I have my studio and my shop in the garage, and it's like someone went by and just dumped a semi-load of stuff in here. And so I'm going to show you a little bit about that. And also a project that we're doing, or a project I did down in the basement of Dollhouse, setting up a fruit cellar. And we're going to look at a very simple chair, high back chair that you can make. And we'll have that, the instructions of that, that you can email me for, and I'll email you a copy. So let's get right to it, and we'll do a couple of those things. What I wanted to show is my shop in total disarray. And you can see that it's needs a lot of work. The reason I'm showing this is because besides the things I have on there about Christmas, there you can see my studio needs a lot of work. And so I'm going to be working on this for the next week or so to try and get it back to some semblance of order. And so that's why I'm showing this. It's going to be a job, and it's hard to have a studio in this kind of clutter and mess, but we're going to work at it. And so that's what we're going to be working on this week. So before us here we have a very simplistic chair that you can make, and it's only consists of 1, 2, 3, 4 parts that you cut out of plywood, or you can cut it out of the thinner wood, model wood, and it's very simplistic to make. The instructions I have here, which if you would like them, I'll email them to you. I have to say they're from a book I took it out of years and years ago, so I do not have the footnote to it. So certainly not for sale, but it is available if you'd like a photocopy of these instructions. So you might be able to make for yourself this small chairs. And the sheet I have has 2 sizes, instructions for, I believe it's 1/16 size there, and then 1/12 here. Very simple to make, and so if you want a very simple project, I haven't done it, but I think you could probably take and maybe cover these over with a little padding and cloth, and it would be a nice stuffed chair, overstuffed chair. But I wanted to share that with you as part of this kind of throw together program. So this is how those things that come in the bottom of a pill thing look down in the fruit cellar kind of situation. And you can see that they have some labels on them, but you can put your own labels, and they just look like things that are stored there. So that's in the fruit cellar in the basement of the big dollhouse. Just wanted to show that. Okay. So the question might be, how am I doing on my kitchen project? And basically, I haven't made a lot of progress. I've got all my tools together that it said. And so we have all those there, but we're working through the parts and trying to understand them. And I've been following the instructions, which are, well, usually I don't have instructions when I make something, or I just have something more simplistic. So I am working on understanding how to do it. It's metric, which is a little bit different, but I have the metric ruler, and they provide a metric measuring area. And I've just started on what I believe is the front of the refrigerator, or ice box in this case. And I'm learning how you lay out your pieces on here so you can identify their number. So each piece has a number, and it tells you where to put each piece as you make it. So that's where we're at. I'm learning. And so hopefully we'll be making more progress on that. Well, I hope you enjoyed the program today. It's kind of a hodgepodge, but some things that you can do and make, and just some of the things that I'm in the process of doing, cleaning up my studio and work area, and then we have the chairs that you can make, very simple chair, and we also have what we have in the fruit cellar. So I hope you enjoyed the program today. Just remember, some of the tiniest things are most important. And so keep that in mind. As you go about life, things don't have to be enormous to be good or be great. So you have a good one. We'll see you next time.